Hi there, here's Sebastian from Flowing, and in this video I'm going to show you Mapless, this application that we use to store objects very easily. If you watch our other screencast, you have seen we showed a little on the internals of this application tasks that we have made for testing real-time web applications. For the persistence in the server side, we did something very simple that we call Mapless, because what we wanted was to store objects right away without friction. So what is Mapless? Mapless is just take your models, make a class, and start saving stuff on them. For example, this is the task of that application. This is the user. This is the list holding tasks. So what you have is a simple hierarchy of Mapless Mongo models. So let's say we are going to save a new one. Let's say, I don't know, let's say an invoice. You are monetizing your web application, and you need invoice and you need items that you are going to put on them. So what I have done, I just created the class, right? So let's see how we can start saving invoices here in Mapless. First thing we need is ODB Mongo. Let me my cheat sheet here. Let me grab this guy here. What we need is to take the instance of the Mongo pool connections here and ask for the database we want this guy to work with, which is reactive, the internal name of that task project. So let's say we have a connection there. The ODB is going to work with Mongo on reactive. We already have a Mongo working on the server side. Here I have it in local, right? So it's running unconnected. The verb for doing things with this is do, and you send a context. So let's save a new invoice. Invoice, save. This is all you need, but we don't have the invoice yet. Let's create one. Invoice. Let's create another invoice, which is my model. And if I'm creating it just like any other object here. So let's inspect to see how it looks. It looks like an invoice. It has another JSON object which is going to have a dictionary and some internals. When it's created, it has the created on data date, an ID, and the model class. The model, which is our invoice in this case. So we have this guy invoice there. And if we ask to Mongo Mapless for invoices that are already stored, it doesn't have to have any, right? So there is none. And if I save one, it should have one, and there it is. So that's all you need to do to actually save objects. And you can tell a couple of other things. Let's grab the ID of this guy and let's query for one. ODB do our invoice, find at and the ID. And this is I'm going to inspect, and there it is. All the information is there. Let's change, for example, let's change this object and ODB do let's add some, let's say a value, okay? Total value, and let's put a number there. So I'm going to save, here Faro is complaining because total value is not a setter in this class. I'm going to say yes. If you notice, I didn't declare any isVar or any setters or getters. But this is not going to make any good because total value is going to be nil there. So any Mapless, when you ask for something that it doesn't have, it will give you a nil. We didn't save here, so if we save this time and done, and we inspect and we ask for total value, we will have it. So that's how you add information to any of any Mapless. Now let's add well, I said items here, but I don't like, you should use plural on class names. Accept. So it's item now. Item, it's a new Mapless. So let's create here item like this. Let's add a description. Nice product. A price. We are good. Just to be sure. It's complaining about the setter, but don't worry about it. It's all there. If you inspect and ask for description, it's going to be there, and the price 2. There you go. And now let's compose it, because we want, what did we do? We want the invoice. We can carry for it, or we can have the one there, but I want to have the fresh value, the fresh model, so I will carry for it, and say item to be this item I created, right? And then save, and let's execute this. Oops. Okay, what's going on here? It's complaining about having an unsaved submodel, because one feature that is from Mapless is that you have to save the submodels before saving the parents, the models that will hold them. So we need to save the item in the database first. There we go. And then it's done. It's done on the map, on the model that will hold it. So here we go now. Let's query for it and ask for the item. And we have a Mapless reference. This Mapless reference is a reference to the object ID that is about the item. But if we ask, for example, if we ask for the price of the item, if we say item here, we will get the Mapless reference. But if we ask for the price, it will be loaded and it will respond like it's all the time there. So it's very lazy. We embraced lazy on the design. That's how you save composed objects, and how you save and query basically with Mapless. And another thing you might be interested in knowing is how to do queries, which you do by Mapless uses Mongo Talk for Mongo, so what you have is this idea of implementing in your class. Let's say here you want to index by description or by product code, or you want to have your own let me grab, you have your own attributes to index, right? So what you do is you come to your class, you come to the class side and put find at catalog ID, for example. You have a different way to index this guy. So you tell Mongo to index. You can take a look at the documentation on Mongo on how to do it, and you will see how to create an efficient index for the attributes of your models, and then you can access like that. Here we go. Come here, ODB, do an R item, and find at, well, this won't actually work, right? Because I'm showing you, but you get the idea. Here you can say, for example, it will be a numeric index. So that's the basic idea on Mapless powered by Mongo. There is another feature we are exploring with this, which is reactivity, but that's quite not for prime time yet. So if you find this interesting, give it a try, fork it on GitHub, and maybe you want to be involved in pushing this forward, because it's very simple and it's the ideal thing for having something that works after a creative session that you can start saving and maybe publishing online fast, an application. So keep an eye on it and help if you can, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you enjoy. Bye.